Imagine waiting years for a chance to work in the United States, carefully planning your career, moving across continents, learning new skills, and preparing for a life that you've dreamed about for decades. Then, just when it feels like everything is on track, the rules change. The lottery system that once determined your chance of getting an H-1B visa, the gateway for highly skilled foreign workers, is under threat. The process that millions relied on may soon be overhauled. And with it, your American dream could feel further away than ever. For many people watching this today, this isn't just a story on the news. It is personal. You may be a tech professional from India, an engineer from China, or a healthcare specialist from the Philippines. You may already be in the US on a temporary visa, or you may be preparing to apply for the first time. The H-1B program has been your path to opportunity, yet under the Trump administration, sweeping changes are being proposed that could alter everything. This video will explain exactly what is happening, why it matters, and what steps you can take to navigate the uncertainty. And I will explain it in simple, clear language so everyone can understand. Let's start by looking at what the H-1B visa is and why it matters. The H-1B visa is a non-immigrant visa that allows U.S. companies to employ foreign workers in specialty occupations. These are usually positions that require technical expertise, such as software engineers, scientists, or doctors. The program has been a cornerstone for the U.S. labor market, particularly in technology and healthcare. For decades, it has helped American companies compete globally while giving foreign talent a pathway to live and work in the U.S. The key feature of the H-1B process has been the lottery system, because the number of applications far exceeds the annual cap, usually 85,000 visas, including 20,000 for those with advanced degrees from U.S. universities. A lottery was established. Applications were submitted during a short window each year, and a computer system randomly selected which petitions would be processed. While imperfect, this system gave everyone a fair chance, at least on paper, regardless of where they came from or which company they applied with. Now, under the Trump administration, that lottery system is under serious review. Proposals are being discussed that would prioritize H-1B visas not by random selection, but by wage levels or other factors. In essence, those earning higher salaries or employed by certain companies could have a much better chance of obtaining a visa, while others could be left out entirely. This is a fundamental shift, and it could have significant implications for applicants around the world. Let's break this down. Imagine two software engineers. One works at a large, well-established tech firm in Silicon Valley earning a high salary. The other works for a smaller startup, perhaps even in a less expensive region, earning a lower salary. Under the current lottery system, both have an equal chance of being selected. Under the proposed wage-based system, the higher-paid engineer would have a much higher chance, while the lower-paid engineer's odds could shrink dramatically. The effect is clear: the playing field is no longer level. The administration's stated reason for this change is to attract the best talent to the U.S. and ensure that employers are paying fair wages to foreign workers. On the surface, this seems reasonable, but the reality is more complex. Many talented professionals work for smaller companies or in less centralized regions. Removing the lottery system could disproportionately favor large corporations while making it harder for startups and small businesses to hire skilled workers. That in turn could slow innovation and limit opportunities for highly skilled foreign professionals who are not employed by major tech giants. It is also important to understand how this change affects timing and planning. Currently, applicants submit their petitions in March or April, and the lottery selection happens almost immediately. If selected, processing can continue through the summer and early fall, allowing workers to begin employment the following year. With a wage-based or merit-based system, the selection process may become more complex. Applications could require additional documentation, verification of salaries, and even background checks tied to employment contracts. This could lengthen processing times, create new bottlenecks, and increase uncertainty for applicants and employers alike. Let's consider the story of Ravi, a software developer from India. Ravi has been living in the US on a student visa while completing his master's degree. He applied for an H-1B visa through a smaller startup company. Under the lottery system, he had a fair chance, and last year he was selected. This year, however, with the proposed changes, Ravi worries that even with his skills and education, his chance of being selected could be slim simply because his salary does not meet the new thresholds. His American dream feels fragile, not because of his qualifications, but because of a system that values numbers over individual talent. Another consideration is international competition. The US has long attracted top talent from around the globe, but if the process becomes highly selective based on salary or other criteria, many professionals may seek opportunities in Canada, Australia, or Europe instead. Those countries offer skilled worker visas without the lottery system and sometimes with faster paths to permanent residency. The US could inadvertently push away some of the very talent it aims to attract. It's also worth noting the legal and political dimensions. Any changes to the H-1B system must comply with US law and are subject to review by federal courts. Past attempts to modify the lottery or change selection criteria have faced lawsuits from business groups, immigrant advocacy organizations, and universities. Legal challenges can delay implementation, add uncertainty, and increase the cost of compliance for employers. This means that for the next few years, applicants and companies must be prepared for shifting rules, court decisions, and possibly even reversals of new policies. Employers, too, are affected. Many companies plan their hiring years in advance, particularly for specialized roles in technology, engineering, and research. Changes to the lottery system can disrupt workforce planning. Small businesses and startups that rely on H-1B talent may struggle to compete against large corporations that can pay higher wages, potentially leading to labor shortages in key industries. In turn, this can affect innovation, product development, and even the U.S. economy at large. For employees, timing is critical. H-1B visas are tied to employers. If the selection process becomes more selective, applicants may face multiple rejections before being accepted, even if they are highly skilled. They may also be forced to accept positions at higher-paying firms that do not match their career goals or risk returning to their home country. Families are affected as well, as dependents' visas are contingent on the principal applicant's approval. This creates uncertainty in housing, education, and daily life. It is important for anyone considering an H-1B application to understand these changes in detail. First, applicants should review wage levels and understand how their salary may affect eligibility. Second, they should maintain complete documentation of their education, experience, and employment history. Third, they should stay in close communication with their employer and immigration attorney to understand how proposed rule changes could affect their specific case. And fourth, they should explore alternatives, such as employment-based green cards, O-1 visas for extraordinary ability, or other legal pathways. Even with all these challenges, there are still opportunities. Some proposed changes may benefit top-tier professionals, increase transparency, and reduce random selection risk. But the key is to be informed and proactive. Waiting until the policy is finalized could be too late. Every applicant must assess risk, understand potential impacts, and take action to protect their career and immigration status. It is also crucial to recognize that the conversation around H-1B visas is part of a larger immigration policy debate. Policymakers are balancing labor market needs, national security, wages, and fairness. For applicants, understanding the broader context can help set realistic expectations and guide strategic planning. This includes knowing that legislation could override administrative rule changes, and court decisions may redefine eligibility criteria. For companies and individuals alike, this is a moment for preparation. HR departments need to understand the new selection system. Legal counsel must review compliance requirements, and potential applicants must be aware of risks and alternatives. Waiting or assuming that past practices will continue could be costly. Finally, it is essential to remain calm and focused. While changes are challenging, clarity and careful planning can reduce uncertainty. Applicants should maintain copies of all forms, track deadlines, and consult with qualified immigration attorneys. Knowledge, organization, and proactive engagement remain the strongest tools in navigating an evolving system. The H-1B program has long been a symbol of opportunity for highly skilled immigrants. Changes under the Trump administration signal a shift from a purely random lottery to a merit-based or wage-based system. While the goal may be to prioritize higher-paid workers and top talent, the impact on startups, smaller companies, and mid-level professionals could be profound. Applicants must understand the system, anticipate changes, and act quickly to protect their chances. If you found this video helpful and want to stay informed about U.S. immigration updates, including H-1B changes and other visa programs, please subscribe to Legal Focus USA. We provide clear, trustworthy guidance in simple language to help you navigate the complex world of U.S. immigration law. Thank you for watching, and we'll continue to provide updates on policy changes, legal analysis, and actionable advice to help you protect your career and your future in the United States.